Welcome, everyone, to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. I'm Lisa Pride. You're watching on YouTube Live. We have a great matchup tonight. The only matchup in town in the league tonight. Everyone else played earlier. We've got the Snappers, the West Boca Snappers, 23-10 overall, 23-9 in the South Division in first place. They're headed to the playoffs in just a few days. And then it's the Coconut Creek X team. They're the home team here. We're in North Broward Prep in Coconut Creek, Florida. 14-16, 14-15 in the South Division, and they're looking to secure one of those playoff spots. There are three in each division, so the top three teams in each division will go to the playoffs. The regular season ends, can you believe this, in just a few days on Wednesday, July 16th. Today, Saturday, July 12th, so 4 more days. Last day of the regular season is July 16th. On the hill for the X team today, we've got Frank Bellissi. Bellissi on the hill. Receiving him is Arnold. At first base for Creek is Haslam. Parkinson at second. Garagozzo at short. Bishop at third. Mila in left field. Potter in center. And Harrison in right. For the Snappers, just getting to their lineup right now is we started late but started early at the same time, if you can believe that. But first pitch, we were going to start at 6:30. A lot of rain here, a lot of yard work we had to do on the field. The X team was out early trying to make sure it was all getting done. But for the Snappers, leading things off is Chris DePrima. Then it'll be Hatfield, Soto. Cleaning things up is Velardo. Camacho will bat fifth for the Snappers. Lashley sixth, Jones seventh. Isofano will bat eighth for the Snappers. Batting ninth is Hungler, and batting 10th is DeVito. So DePrima, Hatfield, Soto, Velardo, Camacho, Lashley, Jones, Isofano, Hungler, and DeVito. Dodson will be on the hill for the Snappers. First pitch delivered by Bellissi, and it's a strike to DePrima. The head coach for the Snappers is Nick Ferrara, and he is coaching third base right now. First base coach is Braden Ostrander. So 7:29 first pitch. Another pitch delivered. That's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on the leadoff hitter for the Snappers, DePrima. Next pitch coming. That'll just miss. The count evens up at 2 apiece. Righty-righty matchup. Here comes the 2-2. Way upstairs over the ducking DePrima. Count going full here on the leadoff hitter for the Snappers. Bellissi turns, delivers upstairs right at the eyes of DePrima, so he'll take first base with the walk. And the Snappers leadoff hitter DePrima walks his way on to lead things off for the Snappers here in the top of the first. Falling DePrima is Hatfield for the Snappers. Xavier Hatfield steps in, bats from the left side. 5'11", 175 from Barry University. He'll take the first pitch. 1 on, no outs for the Snappers here in the first. The two teams have played each other 4 times this season. This is game number 5 between the two teams. And the series is tied up at 2 apiece. Snappers won the first game 12-2 back on June 22nd as the ball goes foul to the right side. A week later, the X team, they picked up a win, 4-3 over the Snappers. Then it was a doubleheader on July 2nd. Snappers won game 1, the X team won game 2, and I heard that during that doubleheader, it rained the whole time. They just tried to quickly get in that doubleheader. They were able to do that. 1-1, pitch misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike here to Hatfield. Next pitch, that'll miss upstairs. 3-1 is the count to the center fielder for the Snappers. Sun is trying to peek out. It doesn't set until another hour here in South Florida. On the ground ball picked up by the second baseman. What a nice play by Parkinson at second, especially with this field a little muddy, a little wet. That ball slowly rode on the grass into the glove of Parkinson, who had to shift to his left and then off balance make the throw over to first base to Haslam at first. He's a tall guy and a long wingspan, able to bring it in. So Hatfield is retired as he grounds out to second. There's one away that moves DePrima over to second base in scoring position, and that'll bring up Soto for the Snappers. Javi Soto, first pitch, he hits it on the ground. Shortstop scoots to his left. Throw to first will be in time. There's two away, but DePrima has advanced all the way to third base with two away. He's 90 feet away from scoring. Belissi is a ground ball pitcher. Doesn't give up very many runs. Just that walk hurt him. He's at third base right now. Hopefully won't hurt the whole way, but it will right here. Base hit to right, and that will score the first run of the ball game for the Snappers as DePrima crosses the plate. That came off the bat of Ty Villardo. Villardo, the cleanup hitter for the Snappers, just needed one pitch. He placed it into right and drove in the first run for the Snappers. 1-0. West Boca on top here in the top of the first. That brings up Camacho. 1 ball and no strikes. Samuel Camacho Jr., the designated hitter. Pops up this pitch into center field. Floating back is the center fielder, Potter. He'll bring it in. That's 3 down, but the Snappers get on the board first. 1-0. Snappers lead. Will head to the bottom half of the inning here from North Broward Prep. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission attracts sporting events and activities to Palm Beach County to enhance tourism and business, as well as promote sports across the Palm Beach community. The PBCSC provides venues to promote the image of Palm Beach County as a top sports destination in the country. Thank you, Palm Beach County Sports Commission. Welcome back. 1-0 Snappers lead over the X team. We're in the bottom of the first. Due up here for the X team is Garagozo. Garagozo batting first. Then it's Bishop, Potter, Haslam. Batting fifth for the X team is Jennings. Batting sixth, Harrison. Arnold batting seventh. Belissi, that's Frank Belissi, the starting pitcher's brother, who is batting in that spot. And Garagoza grounds out to second. And that'll bring up Bishop. has one out already as he got Garagoza to ground out to second. Strike delivered to Bishop. Righty-righty matchup. One ball and one strike here to Bishop. Receiving Dodson is Hungler for the Snappers. Pitch delivered. That'll miss away. Check swing. Did he go? He did. So Bishop is retired as he strikes out. Check swing. Umpire on the base pass by first base calls it 2 down. Potter will step up to the plate. Braden Potter will step up, bats from the left side. 5'10", 180 from Polk State. Freshman from Davie, Florida. First pitch. Strike. That'll catch a little bar to the outside edge. 1 ball, no strikes as the stadium lights come on. 2 away, Potter at the plate. They kick the pitch. That'll miss away, so 1-1. So the battery is Dotson and Hungler for West Boca. Defensively for the Snappers behind Dotson at first base, it's Villardo. As the pitch is delivered, another strike. Just dots the outside edge. So Villardo at first. Isofano playing second base for West Boca. The shortstop is Jones. This ball goes out of play. Lashley is the third baseman for the Snappers. In the outfield from left to right, DeVito, Hatfield, and DePrima. The kick, the pitch, swing and a miss. It's the dirt, tagged out by Hungler is Potter, and 1, 2, 3 down go the X team. So nothing across, no runs, hits, errors, or anyone left on. We head to the top of the second. The Snappers, the visiting team, lead 1-0 over the X team. You're listening and watching the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. At Marriott, Spring Hill, and Town Place Suites, we know that part of a great vacation is the peace of mind that comes from a great hotel. That's why we're dedicated to provide an experience that stands above the rest. Whether it be our comfortable beds, poolside relaxation, or a courteous staff, we ensure you will get the best out of us so that you can enjoy your travels with ease. Marriott, Spring Hill, and Town Place Suites, the SFCBL's preferred hotel providers. Welcome back. Due up for the Snappers here in the second is Lashley, Jones, and Isofano. Frank Bellissi remains on the hill here for the X team. In 1 inning, he allowed a hit, a run, and walked a batter. That walk is the one that hurt him and went around to score 1-0 Snappers. 1 ball, no strikes here to Lashley. Another strike delivered, 0-2. Two balls and a strike here to Lashley. Righty-lefty matchup. Lashley out of Lynn University from Lake Worth, Florida. Here comes the pitch. Little grounder that actually went off the toe of Lashley. He's got to walk around down the first base line a little, walk it off. Ooh, that hurts. Snappers up 1-0. DePrimo walked the leadoff hitter for the Snappers. 2 ground outs, a base hit. Velardo drove him in. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on the number 6 hitter. Right up the middle, off the mound, off the bag, sliding. And stopping it from going any further is Garagoza out there at short, but that's a base hit off the bat of Lashley. Wow. Hard hit up the middle. It hit everything, and Garagoza still slid right over on that wet grass and stopped the ball from going into center. Nice piece of hitting, nice piece of fielding. Jones comes to the plate. Shortstop for the Snappers. He can respect what Garagoza just did out there. Pitch delivered, strike. Noah Jones, 5'8", 170 from Jackson State. Out of Goose Creek, South Carolina, the junior puts this pitch into the screen behind home plate. 0-2 on Jones. Pitch delivered, that'll go away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Jones. Johnny Isofano on deck here for the Snappers. Next pitch, that'll sit down Jones. First strikeout for Belissi here today. There's 1 away and 1 on for the Snappers. We're here in the top of the second. Johnny Isofano will step up to the plate. Second baseman batting from the left side. Johnny from Lake Worth, Florida. Freshman heading off to college, getting his reps in now. Throw to first base, not in time. Lashley out there at first base. Hungler's on deck right now, pitch delivered. That'll miss inside. Strike delivered. 0-1 here to Isofano. Next pitch, strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman for the Snappers. Next pitch, hit hard, backhanded off the leather of the first baseman into right field. Then the right fielder, Harrison, miscue out there. Isofano's going to second, now to third. Here comes the throw into the cutoff man, but the Snappers put another one on the board. Lashley will score here in the second off the bat of Isofano. So Johnny Isofano, that was a hot shot right to Haslam at first. He backhanded it, looked like he'd scoop it up, but it deflected off his light covered glove into right field. And then Harrison out there looked like he had the ball, either it went off of his glove or when he was picking it up to throw, but the ball got away from him, and that had everybody around the bases. So Isofano ends up on third base with the ribby, and the Snappers are up 2-0. We're in the second, and that brings up Josh Hungler. Hungler, the catcher for the Snappers. First pitch, hits it hard, up the middle, diving after it is the second baseman. He won't get to it. Isofano jogs in and steps on the plate for run number 3 for the Snappers. Snappers, the first place team in the South, and they're playing like it here today. Who would have known that they tried to play a game earlier here today? They haven't even gone home since this morning. Had an earlier game against the Wave in Pompano. That was a game they needed to complete. They had played 2 2/3 of the game and maybe got 1 out in when the Lightning game. Here comes the pitch. First pitch away. Charlie DeVito at the plate. He'll take the next pitch, throw down to second base, trying to get the runner. Deflects off the fielder's glove at second, goes into left field, short left field, and Hungler will go all the way to third base. Stolen base that turns into an error that also puts Hungler at third. But the Snappers, first game, they were trying to complete a game with the Wave. Ran into some trouble, a lot of lightning. There was a lightning show here this afternoon, pouring rain. That's why our game is starting an hour late here in North Broward Prep. And there's lots of wet ground, but boy, the X team really got the rakes out and the diamond dust. Kitty Litter threw it all on and raked away and got rid of a lot of these big puddles on the field. So we were able to have our first pitch, 7:29 here tonight. Snappers waited around, tried to complete that first game. They just needed a couple of innings, 3 innings to make it 5. 2 balls and a strike here to DeVito at the plate. Didn't make it though, sat around a lot. Finally got lunch at 4 o'clock. So they had food before this game started, swing and a miss. And now they're ready to go. They said when they got here and they were hitting BP in the cages, 2 balls and 2 strikes, that they were pretty warmed up already for this game. Runner at third, here's the 2-2. That'll miss. Outside, full count now to DeVito, the number 10 hitter in the lineup for the Snappers. Next pitch, that'll drop into short right field, play to run as Hungler scores for the Snappers. So DeVito getting in on the hitting brigade and driving in runs. 3 runs have crossed the plate for the Snappers. They're up 4-0 here in the second. Since we started late at 7:29 first pitch, we are only going 7 innings, not 9 here tonight. Snappers are working on trying to make that even shorter. Back up to the top of the order, Chris DePrima at the plate, swing and a miss. The right fielder walked his first trip up back in the first and scored the first run for the Snappers here today. Ball gets away from the catcher, picks it up, throws down to second, runner going. Ball getting away from the fielders into short center. But DeVito decides to stay at second base and not test any throws to third base. Picks up the stolen base. DePrima at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike on the right fielder. From the stretch, here's the 1-1. That'll miss away. 2 balls and a strike to DePrima. Little meeting on the mound. Third baseman, pitcher, catcher. DePrima out of Yale University, the junior, 6 foot 190. Teammate from Yale. Colin Sloan is on the team with him. They room together here. Pitch delivered. Runner goes and DeVito safe at third base. He's just running around the bases here. Next pitch, curveball upstairs, that'll miss. DePrima walks for the second time today as he rips off his gear. He'll head to first base with the free pass, and that'll bring up Xavier Hatfield. So runners at the corners at first and third here for the Snappers with just one away. Ball inside, runner going to second. Catcher's indifference, not throwing down. Now in scoring position is DePrima and DeVito. Only one out here for the Snappers. They've already put 3 on the board here in the second and leave 4-0. Pop up. Center field. Potter's got it. Here comes the throw. It won't make it in time to home as DeVito crosses the plate. So a sac fly. Hatfield picks up the RBI. And the Snappers lead 5-0 here in the second. 2 away, that brings up Javi Soto. On the sac fly, DePrima advances to third base. Righty-righty matchup, strike. That'll dot the outside part of the plate. 0-1 on Soto, the extra hitter here for the Snappers. One ball and one strike to Soto. Velardo on deck for the Snappers. 2 away, 1 on at third. For West Boca, pitch delivered, that'll miss. Oh, that catches the outside part of the plate. One ball and 2 strikes to Soto. Two and two, count evens up to the extra hitter. Snappers scored 1 in the first, and now has scored 4 here in the second, lead 5-0. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss, as Soto chases that one on the outside part of the plate. So 4 runs. On 4 hits, an error and 1 left on. We head to the home half of the second with the visiting Snappers leading 5-0. You're tuning in to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. Do not let injuries slow you down. MD Now has over 110 locations across the state of Florida and centers in 20 different states. You will get the best care from our award-winning physicians to get you back on your feet. Whether it's a fastball to the head or any injury that comes your way, when you need help, you want MD Now's consistent and fast care. Thank you, MD Now, for taking care of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes and families. Welcome back. We're here in North Broward Prep at North Broward Prep in Coconut Creek, Florida. Snappers on top 5-0. X-team coming to the plate. First pitch, that'll sail away. No balls and one strike. Due up this inning is Haslam, Jennings, and Harrison for the X team. Nothing in one on Haslam. First baseman for the X team. Pitch delivered. Takes a look, brings his bat back. One ball and one strike. Righty-righty matchup. First inning for the X team, 3 up, 3 down. Gargoza grounded out Bishop, Potter both struck out. Dotson on the hill, kicks, delivers. Ball hit to the left side. Couple of bounces in the glove of the shortstop Jones. Glove, it pops out. He stays with it, throws to first. Haslam is retired as he grounds out to short. Not an easy play for Jones. The ball had a couple of hops, got stuck a little in the grass, then hit his glove, bounced out. He had to focus while he was off balance to get that ball into his hand to make a good throw to first, and he did just in time. Haslam is retired. That brings up Jennings. To the softball field here. Here in North Broward Prep. Baseball field, softball field, football field not far away. Really beautiful complex, and definitely the baseball field holds the water well as it was a downpour. And it's been raining a lot the last few days too. Not light rain. The worst part was right in the box. One ball, two strikes. All right, we're back. Lost power. Sorry for the technical difficulties there, but we're back. Strike delivered, strike three to Josh Jennings. He was headed to first base too. Two away, that'll bring up Harrison. Hayden Harrison, 6'1", 185 from Lake Sumter State College. The freshman from Plantation, Florida. That's the third strikeout for Dotson for West Boca. Struck out two in the first. Now one here in the second. There's two away. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, that'll miss. One ball, no strikes to Harrison. Hayden, the right fielder for the X team. Here comes the 1-0. And that'll miss. Two balls and no strikes. Zach Dodson on the hill. He's got a fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. That one will miss outside too, so 3 balls and no strikes here to Harrison. 2 away for the X team. Arnold is on deck right now, hoping to get his at-bat here in the second. Here comes the 0-3. Strike right down Broadway, 1-3 the count to Harrison. The 3-1, and that'll miss away. So Dodson walks the first batter here in the second for the X team. That's his first walk that he's allowed. Hasn't given up a hit, and he runs and has struck out 3 so far through 1 2/3. That'll bring up Michael Arnold. Arnold, the catcher for the X team. Righty-righty matchup, strike delivered. 0-1 to Arnold. Arnold from Nova Southeastern, sophomore there from Miami, Florida. 1 on, 2 away here for the X team. They're down by 5. West Boca up 5-0. This ball sails outside. Out of play, so Arnold remains in the box. Takes a couple of swings outside the box. We don't have any wind here at the ballpark tonight. No breeze at all. 0-2 here on Arnold. 2 away, 1 on. Swing and a miss. That'll leave 1 stranded for the X team here in the second. Harrison walked his way on. So no runs, hits, errors, and 1 left on. 2 strikes for Dodson. He has a total of 4 through 2 innings. We head to the top of the third here from North Broward Prep with the Snappers leading 5-0. You are tuning in to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Signs, t-shirts, hats, and more. Delray's finest signs and graphics has you covered for your special events. DFS provides the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League with banners, team merchandise, and more for our opening day, all-star game playoffs, and all of our big events. And they'll do the same for you. Lola and her team, located in the heart of the Palm Beach community, will have your design and graphics needs met. For all your design needs, go to DFSgraphics.com. That's DFSgraphics.com. Welcome back. We are in the top of the third here from North Broward Prep in Coconut Creek, Florida. Beautiful night here for baseball. We're hot, we're sweaty, but we don't have any rain. The rain came earlier. We had a little late start, playing 7 innings here today. First pitch delivered to Velardo is a strike. Ty Velardo leads things off here for the Snappers. They're up 5-0. Next pitch, that'll miss low. 1-1 the count to the first baseman. So it's Velardo, Camacho Jr., and Lashley all due up here for the Snappers in the third. Next pitch, Ty hits it out of play left side. The first baseman for the Snappers, Ty Velardo, singled his first trip up in the first and drove him to Prima, the first run of the ball game for the Snappers. Pitch low, that'll miss. That'll miss upstairs on Velardo. Full count here to the first baseman. Righty-lefty matchup. The kick, the pitch, another one upstairs. Velardo patient at the plate, and he will walk to first base. So the first baseman drawing the walk, heading to first, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Samuel Camacho Jr. Sammy, the designated hitter, flied out to center field back in the first, so he's 0 for 1. Strike delivered to the righty at the plate. Nothing in 1. Bellissi on the hill for Coconut Creek. He's got a fastball. Change up, swing and a miss. And a couple of other breaking balls that we're seeing here tonight. Nothing in 2. Possibly thrown in the cutter and a slider. That'll miss. 1 on, no outs. Camacho Jr. at the plate. 1 and 2 the count. The 1-2 will miss low and away. 1 ball and, or actually 2 balls and 2 strikes on Camacho Jr. Next pitch is upstairs, and that'll miss. Count going full here on Camacho Jr. Bellissi's slated to throw about 80-85 pitches max here today. That could mean a few innings, or it could have him deep going to 6. He had a long second inning, though. 4 runs crossed the plate for the Snappers. Ball hit on the ground. Shortstop moving to his left. Nice throw to first base. It's in time as also Gargoza stepped on the second base bag to get Velardo out at second. So a really sweet double play there. Heads up ball by Gargoza. Two down. That'll bring up the third baseman, Jason Lashley. Lashley bats from the left side. Upstairs, that'll miss. Two balls and no strikes to the third baseman for the Snappers. Righty-lefty matchup, kick pitch, ball up in the air. Into center field, taking a few steps back is Potter. He'll bring it in, and with the help of a double play, the Snappers are retired in order for the first time here today. 1, 2, 3, down go the Snappers. No runs, hits, errors, or anyone left on base. You're tuning in to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. 5-0 Snappers lead as we head to the home half of the third. The law offices of Sala Astorita Cox offers their clients the best experience in areas of securities enforcement, regulation, arbitration, and litigation. James Sala and his team of expert attorneys provide individualized attention with your white-collar crime cases. SAC has law offices available in Boca Raton, as well as New Jersey and New York. Call 561-989-9080 today. Sala Astorita Cox, your go-to representation for white-collar troubles. Welcome back. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. Belissi, Mila, and Parkinson all due up here for the X team. That's 8, 9, and 10 in the lineup. Dodson remains on the hill. Right at the letters, strike number 1 to Belissi. JoJo, or Joey Belissi, the designated hitter. Brother Frank is the starting pitcher for the X team. Joey needs to get things going for his brother Frank here, as the Snappers lead 5-0. Another strike, though, to the designated hitter. Head coach for the X team is Dusty Snyder. He's coaching third base. At first base is Jacob LaRoque. Next pitch, that'll go low and away, way off the plate on Belissi. The X team sent 3 hitters to the plate in the first. 2 struck out, 1 ground out. 4 went to the plate in the second. Another couple strikeouts for Dodson. Walked a batter and another ground out. Pitch tap by Belissi. Snappers are in first place in the South Division. Their spot is secure in the playoffs. The X team, they're trying to secure a spot in these last few days. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They were tied for third place, swing and a miss, but we've got a point system that we've got to check all the wins and how many points that they have. So Belissi strikes out. That's the 5th strikeout for Dodson here today, and that'll bring up Mila, the left fielder. The Snappers are the reigning champs here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. They won last year the championship over the Blazers. Received their championship rings as a strike is delivered to Mila. On opening day here in 2025, on May 31st, Snappers received their championship rings. They're looking to get another one this year. Upstairs by the chin of Mila. 1 ball and 1 strike. Devin Mila from Westminster College. He's a freshman going to college in the fall from Davie, Florida. Next pitch, swing and a miss. This is Dodson's last pitching appearance here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League regular season. He will next pitch in the playoffs. Swing and a miss. You can see why, too. He's racking up the strikeouts as Mila goes down swinging. That'll bring up Parkinson. Brian Parkinson, 5'11", 170 from New College of Florida. Hometown is Boca Raton, Florida. Righty-righty matchup, the kick, the pitch. Here it comes, and that'll miss away. One ball and 1 strike to the number 10 hitter here for the X team with 2 away. Next pitch inside at the knees. Or strike number 2, 1 and 2 the count to the second baseman. Two down, X team looking for their first hit of the ball game. They'd like to get on the board as the Snappers already have 5 that have crossed the plate. Next pitch, swing and a miss as Dodson rears back and fires and sits down the side in order. Back to back to back strikeouts. Dodson now has 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. We go to the top of the fourth. Snappers lead 5-0. You're tuning in today to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. The law offices of Thompson and Thomas will fight for you to get you the compensation that you deserve. Vehicle accidents, personal injury, real estate, workers' compensation, and more. Thompson and Thomas will have you covered. Thompson and Thomas will fight for you like family, treating your case with the specialized care that we would want for their own. For top-level and caring attorneys, Thompson and Thomas has you covered. For a free consultation today, go tntlegal.com. Welcome back. 7, 8, and 9 all due up here for the Snappers. Noah Jones, the shortstop. First pitch hits it on the ground. One hopper into the glove of Bishop at third. Long throw to first base. It brings off Haslam off the bag, but he stays on just long enough to make sure that Jones is out. So Jones grounds out to third. Not an easy play especially with the quick Jones going down the line. So one away, Johnny Isofano will step up to the plate, the second baseman. Strike delivered, 0-1 on Isofano. Isofano doubled in a run in the second, actually got all the way to third base too. A little bit of miscues out there in the outfield. 1 for 1 here today. Scored a run, drove in a run already. Here comes the pitch. Ball up in the air to the left side. Twisting, turning is Mila. He'll bring it in, and there's 2 away as Isofano flies out to left. That'll bring up Josh Hungler, the catcher for the Snappers. Hungler is 1 for 1 today. Scored 1 of the 4 runs in the second that the Snappers put on the board. West Boca scored 1 in the first and 4 in the second. They're up 5-0 over the X team. First pitch swing, and this ball's up in the air, going back all the way to the fence, and making the catch is Potter. Wow, look at that catch. He goes all the way to the fence, throws out his glove arm, and somehow he's taking a look at his glove too right now as he's coming back, brings it on in. That ball just found his glove like a magnet. His back was faced to home plate. What a catch by Potter out there in center field. 1, 2, 3, down go the Snappers for the second time today. Snappers lead 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You're watching the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League here on YouTube Live. There's nothing better than leaving the ballpark to get some cold beers, hot chicken wings, and great times with friends and family. The Duck Tavern has been whipping it up for a South Florida community for years and now is the official local restaurant of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. We aren't sure what's more impressive, the 110 different beers from around the world or their 20% off that all South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes, staff, and family get at the Duck all season. Located at 5901 North Federal Highway. Come on in for good food and good vibes at the Duck Tavern. And we're back here in Coconut Creek, Florida. Beautiful night here at the Diamond at North Broward Prep. Snappers, X team. Snappers coming to the plate. We're back up to the top of the order. Gargoza, the shortstop, will step in. Righty lefty matchup. Pitch delivered. That's inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Nick is 0 for 1 here today. Grounded out back in the first to second. Hits this ball off of the fence on the right side. Deflects into right field. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gargozo. Dodson, in his 4th inning of work, delivers a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for the X team. Dodson has 7 strikeouts. He has struck out 7 here on the X team. Next pitch, and that's coming back into the screen, so Gargoza remains alive at the plate. Dodson, 6'2", 200, from Boca Raton, Florida, senior at Valdosta State University. Dodson's record this season, he's 1-0, pitch delivered. 2 balls and 2 strikes as it misses outside. 4.65 ERA. This is his 5th start for the Snappers. Coming in with 9 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts. Off the end of the bat to the left side. Gargoza with 2 strikes puts it into left field, and he'll pick up a stand-up double to lead things off here for the X team. That's the first hit of the night for the X team, and it came off the bat of the shortstop, Gargozo, as he went opposite, right down the left field line there. That'll bring up John Scott Bishop, the third baseman for the X team. He's 0 for 1, struck out back in the first. Runner in second in scoring position for the X team, but shown hit the toe of Bishop. He's back in the box. No balls and a strike to the number 2 hitter in the lineup for the X team. Bishop's teal bat matches the teal on his uniform. X team strike delivered, 0-2 here on Bishop. X team wearing their home whites, white tops, white bottoms. Numbers in black on their backs. Have the broad teal stripe in the front and back of their white jerseys, outlined in black. Here comes the pitch. Another swing and a miss. Bishop, another strikeout victim here for Dodson here today. He's 0 for 2, struck out twice. 1 away, that'll bring up Braden Potter, who also struck out his first trip up to the plate, so he's 0 for 1 today. One out, Gargozo in scoring position at second base for the X team. Double to left. First hit for the X team here tonight. First pitch, and that's chopped foul right side off the bat of Potter. Haslam is on deck right now for the X team. The X team has won 2 in a row. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Having a hard time against the Snappers here today. Up the middle, base hit, rounding third base and headed for home. Here comes the throw. It won't be in time, and Gargozo scores for the X team. So now Coconut Creek is on the board here. 5-1 ball game, still in favor of the Snappers. But Potter getting things going with the base hit RBI. That brings up Josiah Haslam, the first baseman for the X team. I was mentioning the X team, they do have a 2-game win streak. They last played Friday, picked up the win against the Hooks, 8-0 win. Both teams have faced each other 4 times. 5th time is a throw to first base, checking the runner, gets by the first baseman, and that'll put Potter at second base. Errant throw over there to first base. Potter's at second. He's in scoring position for Haslam. The first baseman grounded out to short back in the second, so he's 0 for 1 here today. Now the Snappers, they're on a 1-game losing streak, 5-5 in the last 10. They last tried to play earlier today against the Wave, but their last complete game was Friday. They lost to the Beach Boys 1-6. Strike delivered to Haslam. Dodson checks the runner at second, delivers, ball up in the air to the left side. Calling for it is DeVito in left, comes in, makes the grab, holds on to the ball, and quickly getting back to second is Potter. So Haslam is retired as he pops up to left. 2 away for the X team. Potter remains in scoring position at second base, and that'll bring up the extra hitter, Josh Jennings, for the X team. Jennings struck out looking back in the second, so 0 for 1 today. Snappers they're wearing their black jerseys and gray pants. Have the yellow. The Snappers are black and yellow, have the yellow panels on their left and right sides of their jerseys. Logo in front on their left chest is also in yellow, and the numbers on the back are yellow. Their ball caps, front panel is white with the Snappers logo, back panel is gray, and the brim of their caps is black. Pitch delivered, throw down to second base, trying to get the runner, tag applied, not in time. Perfect throw by Hungler to second. Tag applied, but somehow Potter on his knees was able to get back to second just in time. Boy, is he dirty too, from all the way to the letters across his chest down to his knees, caked in red dirt. 2 away, here comes the pitch. That'll go into the screen behind home plate. X team, they're on the board here in the 4th. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the extra hitter. Gargoza led off with a double. Potter with 1 out drove him in. Number 5 hitter in the lineup for the X team at the plate in Jennings. Pitch. Strike 3 call on Jennings. And Dodson racks up 2 more strikeouts this inning. 1 swinging, another looking. And he's got 9 strikeouts through 4 innings of work. Zach Dodson is on fire for West Boca. We head to the 5th with West Boca leading 5-1. You're tuning in to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. Homeowners of South Florida, the 5 boroughs of New York and New Jersey, we have the one-stop shop for all of your home remodeling needs with GMNO Construction. GMNO specializes in kitchens, bathrooms, complete remodels, and now home construction. Call 973 315 7411 for a free quote today. GMNO Construction, proud partner of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Welcome back to North Broward Prep in Coconut Creek, Florida. It's the West Boca Snappers, first place in the South Division, playing Coconut Creek, the X team, tied for third place in the South Division. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. Billisey delivers to DeVito. It's DeVito, DePrima, and Hatfield all due up here for the Snappers. 10, 1, and 2. Next pitch. That'll get away, and it hits some dirt away to the righty at the plate. Five hits, 5 runs on the board for the Snappers. Strike. Catches the outside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left fielder. Charlie's 1 for 1 today, drove in a run and scored a run. Here, though, he swings and misses. There's 1 away. We're back up to the top of the order. The right fielder, Chris DePrima. DePrima has walked both trips up to the plate here today. Scored 1 run, that was back in the first, to put the Snappers on the board first here at North Broward Prep. They'll dig in. Pitch goes away to the righty at the plate. Chris is coming off of Tommy John surgery. Made his first outing on the mound not too long ago. 2 balls and no strikes. And he helped the Snappers win that ball game with his pitching and his hitting. There's a blooper that goes, wow, right into the glove of Parkinson. Second baseman, that went right into the glove of the second baseman. Wow, it looked like that might actually get through, but Parkinson came in, didn't let it drop, put his glove out, and there's 2 away. Strike delivered to Xavier Hatfield, the number 2 hitter. For the Snappers, the center fielder is 0 for 1 today with a sac fly, drove in a run back in the second. Next pitch, taking something off of it, and Hatfield goes after it. Hits into his dugout. He's got some bright pink batting gloves on. You can see those even with the night sky backdrop. Here comes the pitch on the ground. That'll go foul past the third base coach, Nick Ferrara, and his dugouts heckling him, saying, what's he doing? Didn't make the play over there in foul territory. I think it was pretty much, it was too far away to make that play. Digging in, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, hit on the ground, waiting for it as the shortstop. Double pump, throw to first. Is it in time? It is, as Haslam squeezes it into his glove at first. So Hatfield is retired as he grounds out to short. That'll do it. 1-2-3, down go the Snappers. West Boca still leading, though, 5-1. as we head to the bottom of the fifth. We're only playing 7 here tonight. We got a late start, 7 inning ball game here. X team due up will be Harrison, Arnold, and Billisey after this short timeout. You're listening, watching, tuning in to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. Athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Well, Barwis Arm Farm has the tools to give specialized training to professional athletes all the way down to little leaguers. Professional and Olympic athletes train with Mike Barwis and his staff because they know that they'll receive the most advanced, scientifically based, holistic, and cutting edge athletic training. Prepare to achieve the uncommon. Go to barwis.com to book a tour and check out the training programs that they offer. And we're back. Thank you so much for tuning in here today on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. We've got a great game. Snappers up 5-1 over the X team. Snappers, first place team here in the South Division. Playing against the X team, they're looking to secure a playoff spot. Dodson on the hill. He's racked up 9 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. He's only allowed 2 hits and a run. That ball's going out. Actually hits the top of the screen here behind home plate. Dotson topping around 90 miles per hour. He's just whizzing this ball by a lot of the hitters. Here at the plate is Hayden Harrison, the right fielder. He walked his first trip up. Righty-righty matchup. The kick, the pitch. Strike on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Harrison, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. Here comes the 1-2 swing, pop up. That was a check swing that goes right over the fence onto the sidewalk area that's walking right next to the ball field. Souvenir for the fans walking by. Looks like they'll have to dig it out of the bushes and actually throw the ball in. 1-2, the count remains. 5-1 Snappers on top. X team, they have 2 hits on the board, 1 run. Swing, tapper, goes into the glove of the catcher, and that's strikeout number 10 for Dodson. One away, that brings up Michael Arnold, the catcher. Billisey, JoJo, the designated hitter, is on deck. Arnold steps in, wiggles his black solid bat. Arnold is 0 for 1, one of the strikeout victims. 10 that Dodson has here today. What an outing it is for Zach on the hill. Ball up in the air, short center field. Coming in is the center fielder, Hatfield. He'll make the grab. Arnold is retired as he pops out to center field. 2 away, that'll bring up Joey Billisey. Billisey struck out back in the 3rd, so he's 0 for 1. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch delivered. Strike out the letters. 1 ball, no strikes. Dotson with his fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. Masterful on the hill today. Has struck out 10. Struck out all 3 that came to the plate for the X team in the 3rd. And he's working on the designated hitter right now for the X team. No balls and 2 strikes to the designated hitter. That ball will go away, so Dotson mixing things up. 1-2 the count. X team scored 1 back in the 4th, just last inning. Found a way to get to Dodson. Here comes the 1-2, that's upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 hits, 5 runs for West Boca here today. 2 hits, 1 run for Coconut Creek. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Biloxi. 0 for 1 today. Dotson takes a big breath, sets at the belt, kicks, delivers. That'll miss low and away. Full count here on the designated hitter, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for the X team. Biloxi's working the count for his brother Frank, who's on the hill for the X team here today. There's a couple of brothers that are playing on teams here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Upstairs, and with 2 outs, Biloxi works the count, and this time he'll walk to first base instead of striking out. So that'll bring up the left fielder, Devin Mila. Righty-righty matchup, runner at first base for the X team with 2 away. Mila, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. That'll miss away. 1 ball and no strikes. Dotson faced 3 X team hitters in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, then had a tricky 4th inning. There's a swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Faced 5 X team hitters in the 4th. X team able to get their first 2 hits of the ball game and first run. Now with 2 away, there's 1 on for the X team. Mila at the plate, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mila steps out of the box, takes a deep breath, adjusts his helmet, then digs back in. Dotson takes a quick look over his left shoulder to the runner at first. Kicks, fires, and just misses. Oh, so close. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mila. Two away, 1 on, 2-2 is the count. X team down by 4. Snappers lead 5-1. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Zach Dotson. As the X team, no runs, no hits, no errors, leave 1 on base as JoJo walked to first. Dotson picks up 2 more strikeouts here in the 5th, and he's got 11 on the night through 5 innings of work. X team down by 4 as the Snappers lead 5-1. We head to the 6th here from North Broward Prep. We're playing 7 innings here today. You're tuning in to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Netting professionals will exponentially improve the quality of your facility equipment. They have L screens, batting cages, turf, netting, and so much more to take care of your athletic facility needs. Trusted by Division I athletic programs, thank you to Netting Professionals for taking care of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League and our family. Welcome back. We've got a new pitcher on the hill for Coconut Creek. It's Hayden Simmons, the righty. First pitch delivered to Soto, and it's upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to the extra hitter. Javi Soto at the plate is 0 for 2 today. He'll watch that one whiz by. 2 balls and no strikes. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. So Soto, Velardo, and Camacho Jr. all due up here in the sixth. They'll face the new pitcher, Hayden Simmons. Simmons 6'2", 180. Out of the College of Worcester, 3-1 the count. Here to the extra hitter. Hometown is Boca Raton, Florida for Simmons. Outside away. That's a strike. Delivered by Simmons. Just Soto just watches. Count full now on the number 3 hitter for the Snappers. Payoff pitch, swung on, and that'll go out of play by the bullpen of the X team. Simmons, no record this season with Coconut Creek. 6.00 ERA in 4 games. 3 strikeouts in 9 innings of work. He's batted a little too, Simmons has, for the X team. That ball hit the net behind home plate. 10 games, batting 167. Last pitched against the Snappers on June 29th. 3 innings of work, allowed 2 hits, walked 2, didn't strike out any. That ball's going out of play too. Did not give up a run to the Snappers in his 3 innings of work. Full count here to Soto. A lot of pitches for Simmons right out of the gate. So Soto, Velardo, and Camacho Jr. due up here for the Snappers in the 6th. Here comes the pitch to the righty. Swing and a miss. Simmons goes fastball upstairs. Soto can't connect. There's one away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Ty Velardo. In his 4 appearances here with the X team, Simmons, the most he's gone is 3 innings. That was against the Snappers and Lightning, his last 2 outings. Before that, pitched 1 inning and 2 innings. They just need him here for a couple of innings. We're in the 6th. We're playing 7 here today instead of 9. Another pop-up out of play. Off the bat of Velardo, Ty Velardo, the first baseman. He has the powder blue batting gloves. Righty-lefty matchup. That'll miss away. Velardo walks around the box, then sets back in. Boy, if you would have seen this batter's box and around home plate, we couldn't even see home plate. That ball misses too. Took off the tarp that was over home plate, and there must have been a hole in it. But there's also, I heard, a sprinkler system that's right around home plate. So no matter what, that pitch will miss too. 3 balls and a strike here to Velardo. He's 1 for 1, drove in a run, and has walked. Looking for a second walk here today. But so I heard that with the sprinkler and when it rains, there's ball 4 with 1 out. Velardo flips his bat, heads to first. There's always a lot of water here. The tarp just doesn't help. So they pulled off the tarp over home plate, and it was just like ditches, not puddles, but ditches, little mini canals. You could not even see home plate. So a lot of diamond dust, a lot of raking. Jokingly, some of the players were scooping up the water with their bare hands. I didn't know if it would even last a couple of innings at all. There's a line shot into right center. Headed to second, now all the way to third. Throw coming in, but safe at third base is Velardo. Sammy Camacho Jr. with the base hit to right center. That'll bring up Jason Lashley, the third baseman. Lashley 1 for 2 today, singled, scored a run in the second, then popped up to center in the third. So with one out, Velardo walked. The base hit off the bat of Camacho Jr. helped Velardo get all the way from first to third. Runners at the corners with only one away. Simmons working on the lefty at the plate. He'll miss low and inside on Lashley. So I thought for sure that there might have to be some more work done at home plate during the game, but it's lasting. Dusty Snyder, the coach, head coach of the X team, along with his players, they worked hard on home plate. It's looking good. Guys digging in. Snappers like it for sure. Check swing, he went. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Lashley. Jones is on deck. There's only one away here for the Snappers. Throw to first, not in time. The Snappers scored all of their runs in the first 2 innings. 1 in the first, 4 more in the second. They've been held scoreless in the next 4 innings here. 2 balls and a strike to Lashley. Simmons sets at the belt. Here comes the pitch. Chopper, right side. That'll go foul down the first base line. When the game started, it was high humidity and I was just sweating and the sweat was pouring onto my scorebook. And now I think all the sweat marks are still there, but they're drying up. And now I'm going to get dead bug marks on my scorebook as the bugs are attacking now. Sun is set here in South Florida. We've got a lot of bugs, and they're all flying in right in my scorebook. That ball, it's a line shot into the fence by the bullpen for the X team. I keep sweeping them away off my scorebook, but they're also getting squished on the scorebook. Last game, well, got rained on. It's either sweat drops, raindrops, or bugs on my scorebook. Welcome to South Florida. Pitch inside. 3-2 the count on the lefty at the plate, Lashley. He's 1 for 2 today. One away, 2 on at the corners for the Snappers. Little dribbler to the right side squeaks through the infield. That'll play to run for the Snappers as Velardo scores. So Lashley, tricky hit there. Very soft ground ball. Got by the infielders. Really slipped by Haslam at first into right. And it was just enough to play to run for the Snappers as Velardo scores. So Camacho Jr. advancing to second. Lashley at first base. Still 1 out. That brings up the shortstop, Noah Jones. The book's been closed on the starting pitcher for Coconut Creek. Frank Billacy went 5 strong innings, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those were earned, walked 3 and struck out 3. Simmons struck out the first batter he faced here in the 6th. Went after Soto and got him swinging, but then walked Velardo. Camacho Jr. singled, Lashley singled, and Velardo scored. 2 on with 1 out. Pitch delivered, and that's away. 1 ball and no strikes to Noah Jones. Jones is 0 for 2, struck out in the second, grounded out in the fourth. One ball and one strike as Jones foul tipped it. Next pitch, breaking ball, that'll miss upstairs. 2 balls and a strike to Jones. Talking to the manager for the X team, Dusty Snyder, before the game, and he talked about the X team as far as this ball's upstairs, that'll miss. Not really, blowing by any of the opponents here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League, but they are the team that's going to fight and find the little ways, doing the little things, a bunt, stealing a base, causing some havoc on the base pass, being aggressive, strike delivered. And that'll really get things going. The count full now on Jones. But the Creek, they haven't found a way to do that yet. They've only got 1 run on the board. Really tough, though, matching up against Dodson here today, who has 11 strikeouts, the starting pitcher for West Boca. Three and two to Jones, who's hitless here tonight. With only 1 out, he's got 2 on, 1 in scoring position. Snappers up 5-1, or actually 6-1 now as they tacked on another run here in the 6th. Everybody's healthy pitching-wise for the X team, as I was talking to Snyder, head coach for Coconut Creek. He said everybody is healthy. They've got their rotations set through the regular season and are even set up if they make the playoffs. Foul tip. Once again, Jones remains alive at the plate. Count full. Some of the pitchers got banged up this summer, but everybody's pretty much healthy. Got to really be careful of the pitch counts right now. But all their pitchers just really, they can compete. And what they've got to do is make sure they get ahead in the count. Ground ball to the third baseman, steps on the bag, throws to first, double play complete. And boy, that really helps out Simmons and his X team. So Jones hits into a double play as he grounds to the third baseman, Bishop, who steps on the plate and retires Camacho Jr. there, then throws to first in time. 1 run crosses the plate, couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left on here for the Snappers in the 6th. So the Snappers continue to lead 6-1 now as we head to the bottom of the 6th here from North Broward Prep in Coconut Creek, Florida. You're tuning in here on YouTube Live to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Welcome back. Unique situation here. So now we only have one umpire. We've got Chris behind the plate. He's been doing a great job, and he is going to be covering the entire field here for this last inning and a half because we're playing seven and we're in the bottom of the sixth. First pitch here for the X team. It's Brian Parkinson, the second baseman. He'll hit it opposite foul right side. No balls and a strike to the number 10 hitter in the lineup. He's 0 for 1, struck out back in the third. Pitch delivered, that'll miss. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Parkinson. Next pitch, breaking ball upstairs. That'll miss. 2-1. Two balls and 2 strikes. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. 1 away. Parkinson strikes out for the second time today. We're back up to the top of the order for the X team. It's Nick Garagozzo. Garagozzo doubled his last trip up to the plate in the fourth. 1 for 2 today. Grounded out in the first. Garagozzo scored the 1 run that the X team has on the board as he swings and misses. Another strike delivered. New pitcher on the hill in relief of Dodson is Sebastian Beimel. Going opposite, ground ball. Fielded by Lashley at third. Throw to first. It'll be in time. One umpire, that's Chris behind the plate, says no, he's out. As the first base coach for the X team, that's Jacob LaRoque, trying to get the call and saying he's safe. So Garagos is retired as he grounds out to third. As I get attacked by all these flying bugs. They're not biting, but they are annoying. 2 away. Strike delivered. Curveball upstairs to John Scott Bishop. Bishop is 0 for 2 today. Struck out twice. The kick, the pitch. Another curveball, and that'll miss way upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sebastian, the new pitcher. 6'2", 190 from Lynn University. The junior is from Boca Raton, Florida. He's 1-1 on this season with a 2.64 ERA as that pitch is hit into the screen behind home plate. 8th appearance for Sebastian. He has 2 saves. He has not pitched against the X team this season. Next pitch, swing and a miss, and Sebastian just starts headed right to the showers, right to the dugout. 1, 2, 3, down go the X team. We head to the top of the 7th, the final inning here from North Broward Prep in Coconut Creek, Florida. West Boca leading 6-1 over the X team. You're tuning in on YouTube Live to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Last inning here from North Broward Prep. Snappers are up 6-1. Simmons remains on the hill for the X team. Hayden Simmons came in last inning, allowed a couple of hits, a run, walked one, and struck out one. For the Snappers, it's Isofano, Hungler, and DeVito all due up. 8, 9, and 10. Here comes the pitch. Strike delivered. 1-1 to the second baseman for the Snappers. Isofano's 1 for 2 today. Scored a run and drove in one. That was back in the second, 2-1 the count. Johnny's batting .276 this season with the Snappers. Strike delivered. Isofano nods his head. Yeah, I can see that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Simmons leans in, takes the signs from his catcher. That's Arnold behind the plate. Sets by the chin, turns, fires. And Isofano off the end of the bat laces this ball into left center. Giving chase is Mila and Potter. Isofano on the run, going to third base, and he'll leg out a triple here in the 7th. So Isofano leading off for the Snappers. He's been running around the bases every time that he's been on base. That ball was hit perfectly into left center. Frozen rope out there that had both Potter and Mila chasing it down to that chain link fence in the outfield. Isofano's now doubled and tripled here today. Two for 3 night for the second baseman. That brings up the catcher, Josh Hungler. Hungler is 1 for 2 today. Waits the pitch, goes after it, hits into the screen behind home plate. Hungler base hit in the second. Scored a run. Also drove in a run. Pitch delivered, that'll miss. 1-1 strike. Leadoff triple off the bat of Isofano. Hungler at the plate. Snappers are up 6-1. Pitch delivered, chopper, left side, incoming, Bishop. Throws to first base, then the throw to home. Tags the runner, but tags him high, and Isofano scores. Snappers are up 7-1. Johnny just cool as ice as he slides into home plate. Boy, I was telling you how that was pretty mucky there at home. Bumpy too, and Johnny didn't care at all. Isofano just sliding in safely. Hungler out at first base on the ground out to third as Charlie DeVito takes first pitch upstairs. 1 and no strikes. Quick thinking by the third baseman Bishop as quickly from the air threw the ball over to first, and then Haslam just as quick threw home. Tag applied, but it was too high, and Isofano got his toe in just in time before being tagged. 1 strike here to DeVito. 7-1 Snappers lead. Pop up. Short center field. Second baseman's there, makes the grab. DeVito is retired as he pops up. 2 away, we're back up to the top of the order. Chris DePrima, the right field here today, is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Scored 1 run, the first run, an important one for the Snappers. It's always nice to be the first one on the board, taking over the lead. Strike delivered to DePrima. So 1-0, the Snappers led in the second. They put 4 on the board, had the 5-0 lead. Hard hit ground ball. Garagoza almost falls backwards, but collects himself, throws to first in time, and DePrima is retired as he grounds out to short. So that'll do it for the Snappers here in the seventh, as one run crosses the plate on one hit, no errors, and none left on. We head to the bottom of the seventh. This is it. We're playing seven as the X team is down by 6. 7-1 Snappers lead. You're tuning in here on YouTube Live to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. And we're back. Bottom of 7. We're playing 7. The X team down to their last 3 outs. Due up here for the X team in the 7th is Potter, Haslam, and Jennings. That's 3, 4, and 5. So the top heart of the order here for the X team. Potter is 1 for 2, the center fielder. He will face a new pitcher, the third pitcher here for West Boca, and second in relief of Dodson. Niall Banks is the new pitcher. Banks 5'11", 160, a sophomore from Southern University out of Lenexa, Kansas. The righty is 0-1 on the season, 2.31 ERA. This is his 8th appearance with the Snappers. 11 2/3 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts. He'll face the lefty at the plate in Potter. The kick, the pitch, and here it comes into the dirt away from the lefty. So 1 ball and no strikes. Potter is 1 for 2. The X team only have 2 hits and 1 run here today. Potter has 1 of those, and he drove in the 1 run back in the 4th with 1 away. Potter singled and drove in Garagozo. Banks last pitched against the Blazers on July 9th. 1 inning of work, didn't allow any runs, hits, or walks, struck out 2. What a night he had against the Bucks on July 7th. That was right after July 4th, and had a little bit of late fireworks, picked up 7 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings of work. That was in a loss against the Bucks, but 7 strikeouts. Ball out of play, 1-1 the count to Potter. The one loss that Banks has is to the X team. That's who he's facing right here today. 3 innings of work, 1 run, it was earned, 1 hit. Ground ball to second. bobbled by the second baseman. Quick throw over to first in time. So Potter is retired as he grounds out to second. Little bobble by Isofano, but he recovered very quickly. That'll bring up the first baseman, Josiah Haslam. Haslam is 0 for 2 today, grounded out and popped out. So Banks, his one loss, he's actually faced the X-team twice before tonight. Picked up that loss. We were going through 3 innings of work, 1 run, it was earned, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts that game. First pitch strike to Haslam. The other time that Banks faced the X-team won 12-2. Niall pitched 1 inning, allowed to run. It wasn't earned. 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 2. For the most part, he picks up at least 2 strikeouts per inning, or per outing, rather. 1 per inning. Got the first batter to ground out. That's Potter. He's working on Haslam. That'll just miss. Misses low. 2-1 the count to the first baseman. Dotson was the starting pitcher for West Boca. And besides all the runs that the Snappers put on the board, boy, this ball is launched into the night lights. Over the left field wall, and bye-bye baseball. DeVito climbing the fence, but Haslam with a solo shot over the left field wall. He scorched that pitch delivered by Banks. So the X-team puts another run on the board, down by 5 as the Snappers lead 7-2. So with 1 away, Haslam. He's a big, tall guy, the tallest on the team, well over 6 foot, and he launched that ball over the left field wall. Put everything he had into that. Josh Jennings at the plate. Banks delivers, misses away. The extra hitter is hitless tonight. 2 strikeouts, both looking. 1 ball, no strikes. Both of those strikeouts, though, were against Dodson, the starting pitcher. Lines this one foul over to his first base coach, and Jacob LaRoque. Next pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Next pitch, that'll just miss. That's keeping Jennings alive here at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was Haslam's 3rd home run on the season. His 12th ribby and his 11th run scored. So it was his 3rd home run for Haslam. Swing and a miss as Banks gets Jennings to chase that pitch outside. 2 away, that'll bring up the right fielder, Hayden Harrison. That has been the story of the night, is all the strikeouts. The West Boca Snappers pitching staff, Dotson, the starting pitcher, 11 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Going inside here on Harrison, he spins away, 1 ball, no strikes. Bimo came in 1 inning, struck out 2. And now Banks in 2/3 of an inning here in the 7th has struck out 1. X-team down to their last out. 1 ball, no strikes on Harrison. Here comes the pitch. Right at the letter strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to the number 6 hitter in the lineup. Harrison is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. One of the 11 from Dotson. Next pitch, that's coming into the screen. X team down to their last strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Snappers lead 7-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Harrison. What a game it's been. Snappers doing it on the mound and with their bats. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Banks smiling. Breaking ball that misses upstairs. It's got a gold chain that hangs right on top of his black jersey. Shakes his head, sets, delivers, swing and a miss, and punches out Harrison to end the game on a strikeout. And that, as I mentioned, is the story of the day. All of these strikeouts racked up by West Boca by the pitching staff. 11 by Dodson, the starting pitcher. 2 by Bima, who came in for 1 inning. Banks comes in for 1 inning of relief and picks up 2 strikeouts. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 strikeouts for 3 pitchers here on West Boca. And that is the game final as the X team fall here at home to the Snappers 2-7. We'll look at some totals really quickly, as it's been a long day for the Snappers for sure. They tried to play one game, at least finish up continue a game, and they got stuck in some rainstorms earlier. They waited it out, played about a third of an inning, and then had lunch at 4 o'clock. Waited for this game to start. It started an hour late, and they just came in and were all ready to go. Dotson was reaching 90 on the radar guns. As we mentioned, he went 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, a run, he was earned, walked 2, struck out 11. And we mentioned Bimel and Banks both coming in, both picking up a pair of strikeouts apiece for 15 total for the pitching staff here today for the Snappers. As we take a look at the offense for the Snappers, they scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second, and then scattered a couple more in the 6th and 7th to have a total of 7 runs here today. Big game for Lashley, who was 2 for 3, drove in a run. Isafano with a double and a triple. He was 2 for 3, scored 2 runs and drove in 1, up in his average to 288. And Hungler, the catcher for the Snappers, drove in 2. He was 1 for 3 today and scored a run. So the Snappers did it with their bats and also on the mound as the X team falls here today. The Snappers, the first place Snappers, will head, let's see when their next game is. The Snappers' next play Sunday against the Bucks. Then they'll play a game Tuesday, a doubleheader against the Blazers, and then Wednesday against the Diamond Ducks. So Sunday, tomorrow, the Snappers play the Bucks. As far as the X team, now their 2-game win streak is stopped right here by the Snappers. They won't play until Monday. They'll play against the Wave, Tuesday against the Diamond Ducks, Wednesday against the Hooks. All games will be at home as they finish the season. We mentioned the final game of the regular season is on Wednesday, July 16th. For now, the Snappers, they are headed to the playoffs. The X team waiting to see as they go through the next few days and hopefully pick up some more wins to see where they fall. But for now, the West Boca Snappers win here tonight, 7-2 over the X team. The Snappers are now 24-10 overall, 24-9 in the South Division. Coconut Creek, the X team, fall to 14-17, 14-16 in the division. Thank you so much for joining me here on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Lisa Pride signing off and thanking Jacob Kelly, the media relations and tech guy behind it all. That's how we get on the air. Everyone have a great night. We can't wait to have you tune in again on YouTube Live on the South Florida